Gurubhyo Namaha. I will start with a prayer attributing to Maharshi Patanjali. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharira sacha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjalir anatosmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Pranams to all brothers and sisters. I am very happy today that Shri S. Yashasvi, Principal Vagadishwari Kala Kendra, has given me an opportunity to speak on the topic Yoga. This is going to take about many episodes, but however, during the entire course of episodes, we are going to more of an interactive mode than a discourse mode. The interaction may be by suggesting, by making comments and writing anything about these episodes to my email ID, which will flash at the later point of time, and all are free to make any comments and suggestions. Let us make it a healthy, comprehensive approach. So today I would like to give a glimpse of the topics which we will be covering in entire episodes, starting with introduction to yoga, the history of yoga, and that is what I am going to cover today, followed by, I think most importantly, why yoga is relevant for today's generation. And this is going to be extremely important. So what my main theme is going to be in the forthcoming episodes are relating Panchakoshas, that is 5 sheets of existence, with Ashtanga. So later on we will discuss this with a practical demonstration through asanas, pranayama and meditation. Also I would like to cover some portion of the mudra, and finally a therapy aspect of yoga for critical illness. And this is what my episodes are going to cover. But however, today I will start my first episode with a glimpse on yoga, what is yoga, and how the yoga has evolved from the ancient time to the modern time. So basically, I would like to start with yoga with a definition which has come from the root yuj. Yuj is nothing but the union. The union of anything is coming and attributing to the root of the word yoga, that is yuj. For practical purposes, I am taking about 3 types of union. The fundamental union what every human being has to have is the body and the mind. This is the first level of union where everyone would like to have to perfectly balance himself holistically and comprehensively. Second aspect of union is that once we start maturing with the union of our body and mind, we should start uniting with the gathering, the surroundings, the environment and the atmosphere. And this kind of union with the environment and surroundings becomes extremely important, and which will take towards the higher step. The ultimate step everyone loves to have is to have a merger with individual consciousness, with the universal consciousness, and that is completely a spiritual aspect. And this is what the yoga pertaining to, but in my episodes I would rather confine myself to the union of body and mind. So this glimpse of yoga, let us move further. It's always interesting when and how yoga has started. which we call in our language history of yoga. The ancient yoga dates back at least 5,000 years ago. At least this is what we have in written scriptures. Maybe in other terminologies it may be lakhs of years, but however, the scriptural part of yoga and its existence, which has come about 5,000 years ago. That is what we call it as Vedic period. This is the first time where the yoga has been very predominantly expressed in Vedas. That's why it is called as Vedic period. The Rug, Yajur, Sama and Atharvana, where we praise the Lord in Rug Veda. In Yajur Veda, it is more of sacrifice, and Atharvana is nothing but the fire priest or the sacred texts which we practice, and lastly the Sama is also the hymns pertaining to the music. But however, everyone in this period had a perspective of union which is towards individual consciousness with the cosmic consciousness. Then the later on, maybe about 1500 years BC, the pre-classical era started, where it was more attributed towards Brahmanas and Aranyakas. And this I don't deal more. It is also a kind of Vedic hymns which started practicing yoga, and especially the Aranyakas, where it was called as a forest hermitage. And that is where the people, I would rather call it as saints and rishis, used to perform their part of yoga in terms of uniting with the Supreme Lord. Bhagavad Gita, some people put it as pre-classical and some people put it in classical. I would rather take it in classical. The classical period of yoga started somewhere around the 2nd century BC, where the essence of Bhagavad Gita was culminated very well and rather practiced and preached by many of the scholars, saints and many other people. However, we remember classical always with a great name called Patanjali, the sage Patanjali, because he has been known as father of yoga, and sage Patanjali has given 196 sutras divided into 4 padas: Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, Vibhuti Pada and Kaivalya Pada. But in my discourse and episodes, I would rather talk more about Sadhana Pada, which is mainly explained about Ashtanga Yoga, and this is where I am going to give a lot of stress, which is linking to Panchakoshas. The Patanjali Yoga Darshana is more towards Raja Yoga. To understand it better, let me at least introduce you to the 4 streams of yoga, that is Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga and Raja Yoga. As Jnana suggests it is path of knowledge, Bhakti suggests path of devotion, and Karma suggests path of action, and finally Raja Yoga is a path of introspection, and also Raja Yoga determines the quality of the mind or the mind control. And the later part, even the Hatha Yoga started. Hatha Yoga is more towards path of balancing physical, mental and pranic layers. The next aspect is the post-classical. The post-classical we attribute to the great Acharyas, Shankara, Madhva and Ramanuja, which was more towards the Jnana path, and then Dasa Parampara, and also Hatha Yoga was more popular in post-classical period. However, the modern period of yoga started from somewhere around 1700 AD. Here I would mainly attribute very popular saints. The names are Swami Vivekananda, again his course is Raja Yoga, Ramana Maharshi, Yogananda attributing to Kriya Yoga, Sivananda, and later on in the last century and this century we have B.K. Iyengar and many other Yogacharyas have come, and at this moment of time we have Ramdev as one of the leading Yogacharyas and also followed by many other people. See, the aspect of yoga today, how it has evolved is, I would rather talk about the significance today that yoga has predominantly known in the entire globe today as one of the most therapeutic aspects which is going to have the curing abilities in the modern terms. So I would also explain this in my next episodes, how this yoga has created and attributed a value towards curing diseases as well as maintaining fitness. And also I would like to give some major differences between the normal exercises and how yoga is going to attribute. So that is where we are going to learn more in next forthcoming episodes. The significance of yoga today, it has touched even the government, and in this remembrance we conduct the International Yoga Day Festival on 21st June, which has been practiced in the entire globe. I think more than 2 to 3 crores of people do this yoga on that day, and this has also been a predominant aspect of the government and Ministry of India, that is Ayush, where yoga is a part of therapy and it has a huge value for curing people in various ailments and also to maintain the proper fitness. And people might be so far listening thinking that yoga is only attributed for people who have certain amount of diseases. It is not true. It is applicable for the whole mass. Even today the sports people are undergoing the autogenic training, introspection, self-healing processes and many other aspects. I think yoga has given a large mileage towards attributing towards individual balance. Now I would like to talk one point which is rather very important, which I elaborate in the forthcoming episodes. As compared to the ancient times, today in the modern time, the most critical aspect, the human advancement, is the technological advancement. I would like you to give a little bit of stress on this point, that we are in the helm of great comfort and convenience. For a moment, let us question whether we have the same competency of inner well-being. This is a question. Please introspect. I would like to take layer by layer into this inner well-being, and let us discuss more about this in the forthcoming videos. And with this I conclude. I would like to say thanks for all the listeners for this valuable time what you are giving, and kindly introspect about whether yoga a way towards inner well-being. Let us discuss. Thank you all. I would like to conclude with a prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaः, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu.